Okay, welcome back. We are once again talking about time signatures, and before we get into this one, I just want to make sure that you are either already comfortable with the idea of time signatures or that you've watched my previous video on understanding what time signatures and odd time signatures are. So today, the agenda is we're going to start getting into actually playing in a different time signature than 4/4 and kind of the steps you can take to just start getting into playing something that's not in 4/4. So just a quick recap, the time signature describes how many of what kind of note is in each measure. So in 4/4, there are 4 quarter notes in each measure. So we're going to use the drums today, but I think the principles we're going to talk about will apply to any instrument that you're trying to play in an odd time signature with. So let's use 7/8 as our example today. Let's say your goal is to start learning how to play comfortably in 7/8. So 7/8 means that there are going to be 7/8 notes per measure. Now, what you play in that measure is up to you, as long as it adds up to 7/8 notes worth of time. So in a regular measure of 4/4, if we're just playing our basic rock beat, that's 8 total eighth notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what we're gonna do, and this applies to any time signature you want to start with, is you are just going to play that basic rock beat or whatever you would have normally played, and then when you get to that 7th eighth note, start over. Just pretend someone hit the reset button and you start that beat over. So we're gonna be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it really does help to count out loud. So let me just show you on the kit what this is going to sound like. Okay, so the process for getting into any odd time signature really is that simple. A great way to start is to just start with your basic rock beat, play up until the end of whatever your new length is for the measure, and then just start over. So if it was 5/4, instead of playing 4 quarter notes, play 5 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, we're in 7/8 today, so you might be thinking, okay, well, I've done that. Where do I go from there? So you can take the same process in any odd time signature that you might have taken when you were learning drums to begin with, and when you were learning all of your variations and all of your beats in 4/4, you can do the same sorts of things in 7/8. So my guess is that you probably started learning some eighth note bass drum variations. Maybe you did, the We Will Rock You beat. Maybe you started adding in some extra snares, maybe some extra hi-hats, and that sort of thing. And you can do the same thing in an odd time signature. Now, I understand it may not be completely intuitive or easy to just start improvising and have that be completely natural, but I want to take you over to the Groove Scribe, which, if you haven't heard of it before, is a free online web app that's going to make it really, really easy to come up with our own variations. So let me hop over to the computer and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so here we are at the computer. You can see we've got the Groove Scribe open, and if you haven't used this before, it's a free web app. Super easy to find, super easy to use, and you can see up top here we've got written sheet music for the groove that we're working on, and then down below you can see it's almost like how you would program a drum machine. So what this is going to do is it's going to make it very easy for us to manipulate our 7/8 beat and work on variations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to time here, 4/4 time. I'm going to choose 7/8 as the time signature. Right now I'm in 16th notes as my subdivision, but I'm going to go down to 8th notes. We're just going to work with eighths for now. And you can see here we've got our 7/8 notes, and in fact the default beat is that that basic rock beat just cut by 1/8 note that we were playing before. So you can also hit play. Okay. So now what we can do is we have these 7 spots where we can play anything we want. So now we can just add or subtract bass drums, snare drums, hi-hats, whatever you want. So I could make a different kick and snare variation. I could add a kick there, add a snare there, something like this. And then I can go and practice it. So let's go a little bit further with this, and we can jump into the 16th note subdivision now. So the time signature doesn't actually change, we're just packing more notes into the same amount of space. So we've got the 16th note grid open to us, so I could make 16th note variations like... something like this. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, then I can practice that. So obviously, whatever you want to do using the Groove Scribe here is up to you, and you can make up your own bass drum, snare drum variations and just start to explore all of the different patterns and all of the different things that will fit into the time signature that you're working on. And this is going to be the same in 7/8, 5/4, 13, 16, whatever you can think of. Okay, so that's it. Those are the basic steps for getting into any new odd time signature for you, not just 7/8. Hopefully that makes sense, the process of just kind of starting with your basic rock beat and then starting over. And hopefully the Groove Scribe is of help to you. I know for me it's been incredibly helpful for myself and for my students, being able to really outline everything and see everything and hear it before trying to play it. So that's it for this part 1 video. In the next one, I'm hoping to get into maybe more complicated embellishments, maybe soloing, fills, and odd time signatures, that sort of thing. So till then, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.